Good afternoon and welcome along to Training Tuesday. My name is James and as always this is a live session coming to you from our office here in Southampton. My duck's disappeared unless it's on the other side of the counter. Oh, there it is, it is hiding. It always keeps me on my toes. Anyway, so today we're going to be looking again at MediaMaster. This is our third session now looking at MediaMaster. First session 2 weeks ago we looked at using just a general MediaMaster software, how we get media into it, the basic control and how you can control it from a lighting console. And then last week's session was Chip. We looked at the video mapper. Well, today we're going to look at the inbuilt LED mapper or pixel mapper that's included within the MediaMaster software. As always, it's a live session, so do feel free to post up comments, questions in the chat as we go through. More than happy to take those as we go. Hello to the usual faces out there. Hope you're keeping well out there. Hello, Mehmet, Tommy. On Facebook there, who have we got on YouTube? Some of the usual faces there. Good to see you there, William, Nando, and others there as well. Welcome along. Anyway, let's dive straight in. As you can see on my screen here, I'm running the latest MediaMaster software. If you've not heard already, MediaMaster 26 is released and it is available now on the ChamSys website. So you can download MediaMaster 26 for free on the ChamSys website. You can use the output from it. Of course, it's watermarked until you license the software, but licenses are also now available for the MediaMaster software. If you're new to MediaMaster, do go back and watch the last couple of Training Tuesdays as they'll explain the basics of getting going with the MediaMaster software and also things like the video map from last week. So, LED mapper. What I'm going to do, I've opened up the software here. You can see I've just got something running on layer 2 at the moment. I'm running the sample project, which is included with the download, or you can select to install it with your download. I'm going to go up to my mapping tool here, and I'm going to go to the LED mapper. This opens up the LED mapper window, and I can start dropping things into this grid. Now, what I'm going to do is going to make a new grid, so I'm going to go new here, and you can see it's emptied out my grid. You'll see you get this sort of almost like a test card type thing on the output, which is where you can align your fixtures. I'm going to make this window a little bit bigger so you guys can see it better on the stream here. There we go. So I've got my canvas here, and of course if I go up to the canvas toolbar at the top here, I can choose my canvas size. So I could say actually I want this canvas to be 150 pixels wide by 100 pixels high. So I can choose my canvas size as I'd like. Then I need to go and drop fixtures onto it. Now, under our Chaos, MediaMaster had a very limited library. As you can see here, the number of manufacturers in the library is quite small. In one of the next MediaMaster releases, we will be adding the full ChamSys head library to MediaMaster. So you'll get any heads that are inside MagicQ. They will appear inside the LED mapper as well. But for now, if you want to build your own head files, okay, you've got many in here already, but if I want to build a head file, I can go to new. I can choose the type. Of course, we expect it's going to be RGB type fixtures. Well, on the counter here, I have a classic Shogo Professional Color Dash Batten Quad 12 here. It's set to address 1 and it's in 48 channel mode. This is an RGBA fixture just to make things more interesting. So in the software here, I'm going to go down and I'm going to pick RGB Amber and I'm going to set my height as 1 because it's an LED bar and it's 12 cells, so 48 channels here, and I'm going to hit create. This is going to create a fixture for me. I can name it, so I'm going to call this, let's call this TT for Training Tuesday, and I'm going to call the manufacturer here James, so why not? So this is going to be a James TT for Training Tuesday. You can see here's the cells here, and you can see it's got them in that width and height, but I need to set the start corner here, so I'm going to say it starts on the left, and I'm going to say auto map, and you can see it's dropped in my elements. Now what I probably want to do is actually, instead of horizontal, go vertical, auto map, and it would do that for me as well if I wanted to. But I've got essentially my 12 elements together here. In fact, I did a height of 12, didn't I? I should modify that. I should say width of 12 and height of 1 would be better. Modify. Yes, it's going to reset it, no problem. Auto map, there you go, and there's my elements here. Now this is showing me DMX channel numbers. Don't be put off here because do you remember if I said this was 48 channels? Again, I've modified that. I've got it wrong, haven't I? It should be 12. Modify that, yes, and auto map, there we go. So it's 4 channels per cell, so channel 1 to 4 is cell 1, 5 to 9, so it's showing me the start channel for each cell. My 12 cell batten with 4 channels, it's RGBA. So I've created a James TT head and I'm going to hit OK and that's going to appear now in my fixture list. You can see I've now got a James, and if I double click I've got a TT head for Training Tuesday. I'm going to drop that onto my grid here and that's dropped into my map. Now, as you can see at the moment, when I drag this around, it's not really doing anything on my fixture. It's just stuck on some random DMX value. So I need to get this to output. So I need to click on the head, and I need to choose its DMX, the start address. So this one is going to be address 1, and it's universe and subnet when I'm outputting via ArtNet, and this node is set to start at universe 1. Importantly, at the top of the LED mapper here, do make sure you select the right network interface. I'm on the 0010 network interface, and you can see I'm outputting via ArtNet, and I have StreamACN disabled. Now, with this fixture in the grid here, I can drag and move it around, and you can see as I move it, I've moved into the blue square. Hopefully you can see the fixture has come on blue. If I go into the green square, fixtures come on green. If I now go down into the white square here, you can see the fixtures come on white. So it's showing me I have output from my map here. So I can then position the fixture and go and drag and drop all my fixtures in, arrange them as I like, job done, and I have my LED mapper set up. We've made this even easier for you. So what I'm now going to do is show you how, using the latest MagicQ, you can actually export that data out from MagicQ. So ignore everything I've done so far. What I'm going to do, here's one I made earlier. I'm going to go and open up MagicQ. I'm going to first off go back to my LED mapper here, and I'm just going to start a new map off here, just to get rid of this one out of the map here. So I've got rid of that fixture out of my map here, and I'm just going to close that down and say yes. I'm going to go into MagicQ here, and I'm going to enable my universe here, universe 1, and you can see here's one I made earlier. I already patched in the color dash pattern here in my show of all my lights, and if I hit here and locate, you can see clearly that fixture's come on, blinding my cameraman here. And if I clear this off, I've got control in MagicQ is what I'm trying to show you here. So I've got control of this in MagicQ, but what I've done in my output window, under the view plan view, I've set up a grid. So a grid you might use for pixel mapping, a grid you might have arranged fixtures in. I've done that work already. And here's that pattern here. You can see if I go to my patch window, it's head number 426. Go to the output window, you can see 426.1234, etc. There's all the cells here. So I've got a grid in my output window of MagicQ with fixtures in it, and now I can go grid action and I can select export grid MediaMaster, and you can see it's now said exported to my documents MagicQ show grid2.lmp, which is the MediaMaster LED mapper format. So I've generated that out of MagicQ. I'm now going to go back to MediaMaster's LED mapper, and I'm going to go File, Import, and I'm going to go to my Documents, MagicQ, Show, and I'm going to go and pick that Grid 2 and open it up, and hit OK. Now, importantly, I need to remember I enable my DMX output in MagicQ, so I don't want two things outputting, so I'm just going to go and disable the output in MagicQ. And I go back to my LED mapper here, and you can see it's dropped in all of the fixtures into my LED mapper. Now you saw it actually even takes the MagicQ IP address, which I hadn't set correctly, so I need to set it back to 1010 here. But if I go and click the fixtures, it's actually brought in all of the fixtures. It's bringing in within the mapper all the head files I had in my MagicQ show file. So I don't even have to build the heads. I can just patch them in MagicQ, arrange a grid, import it into the LED mapper in MediaMaster, and I only have to do that work once. And you can see all of the DMX addresses, etc., coming as well. So you can see here it's got color dash pattern here in ArtNet, DMX address 1, ArtNet universe 0, subnet 0, universe 1, etc. So it's brought in all that information onto my grid for me. There's my pattern, and you can see if I move it around, it's running on the grid there. So I have that on my grid. I can resize the grid as I like, and then when I'm happy, I hit save. And I have saved that LED map now within MediaMaster software using all of the fixtures that were in my MagicQ show file. So I'm now going to close this down, and just to show you, well, how can I get some output from it? Well, on layer 1 here, you can see I've got some output running here on layer 1 with these red blocks here. If I go to project and I go to preferences and I turn on the LED mapper output and I hit OK, at this point the software does take a few seconds to enable the mapper. But you can see on my LED bar here, it's now outputting content. I've got those red pixels mirroring the content I've got there. If I go and say switch this off and I go and switch on layer 2, I've now got this blue content running across my LED bar here. And of course, it will take my output. So if I mixed a couple of layers together, so I'd say to this layer drop that opacity down, drop this one up or something, you can see I've got the combination of my layers exactly as I'd expect. My output of MediaMaster is showing on my LED mapper. So there you go, that was short and sweet. Some new features coming for you in MagicQ. We can actually do the opposite as well. So if I go LED mapper here, open up the LED mapper window, and I save and export my LED map here. So if I go here and make a mapping file, I could go Documents, MagicQ, Show, and I could call that my map TT for Training Tuesday. I've done this data information once, maybe I did it in the LED mapper and now I want to bring it into MagicQ. Well, of course, I can go into MagicQ and in the output grid, under grid action, rather than export grid MediaMaster, I could do an import grid MediaMaster, and there's my grid that I created, and I've imported it back in again. So it would take my grid back in. So yeah, it works both ways round. You can export the grid out of MagicQ, bring it into the LED mapper in MediaMaster, or make the grid in the LED mapper in MediaMaster, save it and import it back into MagicQ. So that's been a really quick whistle stop in getting the LED mapper working with MediaMaster. You guys have been extremely quiet in the chat today, so hopefully you can all still see us out there. I haven't seen any questions come through, but that's been Training Tuesday for today.